Hello everyone. Welcome to YBI. We got an exciting show for you all here. And here on YBI, it's about ways to grow yourself and your finances. It's your boy Roman here in Zion coming in strong. One time for the one time.
What's good? What's good?
So
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. And we are discussing what? But the most important thing, the most important time of the year, holiday season. We have to get into how to navigate the holiday season and your financial life. I feel like this is an important topic every year that people come to me and they're like, hey, should I buy X, Y, and Z? I feel like I can afford it. And I'm like, are you just buying this because it's Christmas? Well, we're going to talk about all of that. Stigmas around Christmas time, budgeting, schedules, planning, all of that stuff. We're going to get into it, of course, after we hear from our sponsor.
we back. Hello everyone. And we're talking about holidays if you didn't catch a little intro there.
Holidays. So let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, what's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday would have to be Thanksgiving, really just mainly for the food, and it's closer to my birthday, so I just gravitate towards it naturally.
You're not wrong. I mean, Thanksgiving is super lit, and it's, significantly cheaper than Christmas, statistically speaking, of course. So I'm most definitely a Thanksgiving boy. Obviously, our birthdays are only a couple weeks apart, so I'm obviously into Thanksgiving my doggone self. But for everybody else out there in the world who is very, very much into Christmas time and the holiday spirit and gift giving, all of that, it can be one of the most stressful times of the year, even though it is one of the the best times of the year, in terms of giving. But financially, it can be very, very intense. So we've compiled kind of a list that we thought would be impactful for you guys to know what we do when it comes to getting ready for Christmas time and exchanging gifts and just making sure that we're not starting off next year at a deficit because we've overspent. So what do you do? What are some of your tips and tricks?
I start planning as soon as the last year Christmas or whatever holidays are over with. That's one of the first things I do. I'm like, okay, how much should I spend? Did I stay on budget? How much should I budget for the next year? That's like straight up out the bat. That way I can start saving for it right out the jump instead of trying to wait till Black Friday or 2 days on Christmas Eve and be like, oh, I gotta go buy 30 people gifts or whatever. I want to start planning that already, or at least thinking about it a year ago. And I'm like, okay, I spent around $1,000 on gifts this year. I'm gonna try to keep around the same next year. So I'm gonna budget $1,000, put $100 or $80, what's about $85 a month aside, and then I'll get to that goal again. So that way you already kind of plan it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's probably the smartest thing to do. In addition to just planning like a year in advance, as I start seeing stuff throughout the year and as people start saying things that they would want or things that I think that they might like, I just grab them. So right now I have gifts for the majority of my family already, but I've had them for 3, 6, 8 months, and I've had them because I know that these are things that they would actually want and use, but I also know that they wouldn't have purchased them for themselves. So I just grab those things throughout the year, so it's not all compounding into one specific time. And if it comes, to a birthday or something like that, I can always just go to the specific spot where I have all the gifts, and I can just grab one and be like, oh yeah, I don't know exactly what this is, but I know that you don't like it. So you can just pull and boom, you got it right there. And I don't have to spend all the money all at one time. I just pick it up as I see it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just hold this until the opportune time. So yeah, definitely saving starting at the beginning of the year is a valid way to make sure that you're not overspending. It's
kind of like yours a little bit better, as far as if you pick something out towards the beginning of the year or wherever, you're like, hey, I really want these shoes or whatever. You're like, okay, I'm gonna grab those now for you, and you get it when it's your time. I like that a lot. It's almost like the idea of what's been going on right now, like the girl math, like you spend money now, but it doesn't matter later because it already worked out later on. It's kind of like that, but not like a full expense paid trip.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So my girl math has allowed for me to be prepared for everybody's gifts, pretty much everybody, I think, except for maybe the kids, but ain't nobody concerned about them. They don't know what's going on.
They get spoiled all year round.
Exactly. So I think that another point of emphasis for me is leveraging a lot of the other non-traditional ways that I have money. One of those things being the points that I've saved throughout the entire year. I leverage those. So one of the things that we'll end up talking about in another episode is how we can leverage our current credit cards. They'll give us new opportunities to go ahead and upgrade and all that stuff, and they'll come along with additional points. So my American Express, I had an American Express Green, then they said, hey, do you want American Express Gold? So I went ahead and upgraded to that, and they were like, if you spend $2,000 within the first 6 months, we're gonna give you an additional 10,000 points. 10,000 points is equivalent to $1,000. So the same money that I was spending, it's not an additional fee or anything like that. I upgraded that card, and then I spent the same money that I was going to be spending anyway, but now I have $1,000 minimally in gift cards and stuff that I can pull off of there, and I can use that to go ahead and buy things instead of using traditional cash. So I'm using all the points that I've accumulated throughout the year, so my cash is not being spent. It's just points that I already have to sit
Credit
there.
card churning is one of the best ways to, like you said, just leverage that credit and do things with it in other ways that you really could not do before. Yeah, like you said, we'll talk about our examples at some point. We'll get into it.
Yeah, eventually we'll get into that.
Get into it.
You have another one? I got another one.
My other one is more geared towards anyone in my, as far as planning for your travel. If plan out, once again, as early out as you can, as far as if you're going to drive, if you got family out of state that you go visit, or booking flights or things like that, plan those as well. Therefore, it's just, flying around the holidays or traveling on holidays can be some of the most expensive times of the year to travel. This year, luckily, we were going to buy our tickets at one point, and then we waited a little bit, and the airline had a sale on it, and we got our tickets at half off. So if you know you're going to be doing that amount of travel, if it's already planned like any other vacation or trip, pre-look at your flights, or wait around the times, and keep your eyes open for any low fare calendars, anything that might pop up, because it'll save you a lot of money, especially when you're trying to buy gifts and also travel. You almost get hit in both spots in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity, host Christmas and Thanksgiving, because people bring stuff to you, so it means you don't have to take stuff to them. I know for me this year, Christmas and Thanksgiving are being hosted at my house, just because I have new babies, so traveling is not going to be the most ideal thing for me. But also because I have space for it, so I'm just telling people, hey, you guys can come here, I'll set up tables and stuff, we'll get additional things, and we'll go shopping just as we normally do, but then we'll be able to cook, people will bring stuff, and that will be that'll be my excuse to not have to leave to travel. I'll just get everybody else to come to me. Use your babies as an excuse. Yep. That's my number one trick.
I want to get out of something. Baby card. You want this? Baby card.
Yeah, I can't. I wish I could go, but the baby. It's the baby. It's tough. For me. And I think that, again, another episode down the line, just like we did a Fingerhut review, I just got the Affirm credit card. The Affirm credit card allows you to do Affirm and PayPal credit card. Both of those work similarly, where they allow you to do no interest payments for 6 months, for 12 months.
Affirm got a credit card?
They're lit, bro. Affirm has a credit card, my guy.
My first time hearing this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into it. I got it. I got the card. After you use Affirm so many times, they're like, hey, we're just gonna give you an unsecured credit card if you want it. There's no fees. There's no, and the APR is 0% because if you make the payments on time, there's no APR. So we'll have to get into that, but. Using those things that have deferred payments for a longer period of time for larger purchases are definitely ways that I've been able to purchase, bigger items. I bought that coat that I was telling you about, that Canadian Goose coat. I put that on Affirm. It was paying whatever, however many payments it was, but I didn't have to spend $2,000 up front. You break that up over 6 months, and there's 0% APR, so now I'm not taking all of that weight, and I'm not putting it on like an American Express where you have to pay that off next month, or you're going to get hit with 35-40% APR. you just do those types of things. But it is important to watch, especially with Affirm and with PayPal. They have options that are longer payment terms, but that APR goes up. So it's typically the ones that are like 3 to 6 months where it has 0% APR. But if you go to like the longer terms where it's 12 months or 18 months, the APR does come up on there, and it shows you very clearly, but you can get, it can get kind of sketchy, really quickly, and those payments can go up from there. So that's definitely not something that you're going to want to do.
Kind of piggyback on that, really kind of recommend, and by all means, do whatever you want, do how you want to do, talk to your financial planners and such, but don't really try, if you can, avoid going into debt during this holiday or any holiday time when it comes to especially buying gifts 100%. And such. Like we're just talking about, save that cash, leverage that credit if you do have some points available, or 0% interest on cars or some type of credit card turning, because there's me personally, I don't see any reason to go into debt, to as far as I'm concerned, as far as it goes with keeping up with the Joneses. It's like making it like you got more because you went out and bought gifts for everybody and their mama. It's not worth it for you. It's not worth it for your finances long term. When you could just do something else with that money. What you could do is some DIY gifts. You can get simple cards. You can make stuff for people. And if you do travel, like last year when I went home for Christmas, I was a gift. I was like, it was really expensive for us to come out there. I showed up, and that was the gift. So there y'all go. Enjoy.
Yeah, hey, I mean, that's definitely a valid point. I'm also 100% not for going into debt during this holiday season. Absolutely not worth it. Nobody's gonna really remember. A lot of people don't remember. A lot of people, like, if you ask what you got for Christmas 2 years ago, you don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, and yes, the gesture is nice and all of that, but there's also fiscal responsibility that we have to keep on top of, and I think that's obviously the most important thing. Like Roman said, if you can be the gift, then be the gift and get a vacation out of it. So that's always a positive. But if you're thinking about getting gifts for people, like Roman said, do DIY, but also look for the sales, look for the deals that are happening right now. Like, I need a camera for the baby, a new camera, but the camera's $300, but I know that during Black Friday, all of those sales are going on, where there'll be 30%, there'll be 50%. Cyber Monday is another thing. So I'm not going, these are all things that I still know that I have to purchase, but purchasing at the right time is still something else that you can do. Like, you don't have to purchase everything right now today. Do it over time, and do it when those things go on sale and when you know that you're going to be able to make the best financial decision.
Yep, just because you see something shiny in the store just pop right up doesn't mean it's the right time to necessarily get it, especially if it's not a need and you just want it. Hold off a little bit, wait for that sale period to come, because we all know there's going to be a sale on something at some point.
There are always sales. I'm huge on using those email codes when they pop up and they like get another 30% off. Like, throw that email in there. I'll throw mine, I'll throw yours, I'll throw everybody else's. Send me that code and we're gonna go ahead and get that additional percentage off. I'm not into paying full price for anything.
That reminds me of Honey. If y'all are doing online shopping and you have not already, not sponsored or anything by them, but use Honey. They put those coupon codes in there for you, and it's a great way to just save some extra money randomly. I know Capital One has Capital One Shopping, where it's a similar thing. You can have that on there. It does the exact same thing kind of as Honey. I have both on my browser, so I will try both of those, and whoever gets the best deal is who I kind of go with. I'm not quite sure. I don't think American Express has one. I've never seen them have like a portal or anything like that. But if they do, you could.
They have some different stuff.
Most credit cards have like a shopping website or shopping portal you can go through and kind of shop around for certain things and use your points on those items, or like Zion was just talking about, or things like that. But if you're just using cash and debit and you already shop it online, pop that Honey in there. It's free to use. Why not? It's just money sitting there.
Yeah. We'll have to do a review on both of those, on Honey and on Capital One Shopping, because I haven't been able to get Capital One Shopping to really work the way that I need it to. But American Express, they do have sales on gift cards at times. Yeah. So I bought the crib for my son on so I had the points on American Express, but then American Express had gift cards on sale for the place that I was purchasing it from. So the crib, let's say, was $2,000, and then I was going to get a gift card that was 3,000 points that was going to give me $1,000, but then that exact same $1,000 gift card, that the points were half. So I ended up spending half the amount of points for the same amount of dollars to get the crib for half off. So those are the types of things things. And again, during the holiday season, more and more credit card companies are looking to do that and to give people breaks when they know that they're going to be spending a lot of money. They just want you to spend your money with them specifically.
Just don't fall victim to that trap of that APR with them deals, please, y'all. You know, pay it off, save it. If you ain't got it, you don't got it, don't spend
it. Absolutely. Hey, that is what that's exactly what we need to do. So let's hop into Sterling statements.
Holiday twinkle Sterling statements. I don't know how to make that more holiday-ish. I guess what mine is, if we're talking about the holidays, is during this period of time, especially with all the craziness that's just going on in the world over the past year or few years, cherish your friends and family when you see them this holiday season. Give them a hug if you ain't see them in a while. If you got friends or family that you've maybe been estranged to for over some dumb thing that you all don't even remember from a year ago or 2 years ago, squash it, talk it out, give them a hug, because we really do not know how long anyone's going to be around for, and just cherish people at this time of year. That's my Sterling statement. Love people, give them a hug, say what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is extremely valuable. As I've become a parent, it's been exactly that. It's been cherish the little moments, because I've seen, it's crazy when you think about like time as an adult. You don't recognize how fast time is going, but I remember bringing my daughter home and her just being this really, really little individual, and then over the last year or almost 2 years, I've watched her grow. But to me, she's still just this really little individual. But then I brought home my son, who is now just the smallest thing ever, who's weirdly bigger than my daughter. But to see the size discrepancy between one and the other is kind of crazy, when in my eyes it's just like she's been this little thing, but now I'm like, oh, she's big. So time really is flying, way more than you think. So as Roman said, just make sure that you are staying true to the people that are near and dear to your heart, reaching out to them, and just having a really safe time this year, whether it be through sickness and all that other stuff. Just keep yourself safe and enjoy the season.
Have some fun. I guess one thing was, I guess we couple more things we gotta say real quick, but like, share, and subscribe with us. Hit us up on Instagram. That's mostly where we're kind of hanging out right now as far as social media and reaching out to us on. You can still email us at youngbrokeninvestingllc@gmail.com. And just talk to us. Let us know some of you all's also holiday shopping tips or anything that you all do that helps save some bread over the holiday time. We're always down to look at some tips and comments and other ways that we can save some money ourselves, because we like to save some cheddar.
Yes. Please let me know, because I need all of the money saving tricks at this particular point in my life. So yeah.
YBI, you know what that mean, y'all? We may be young, we may be broke, but we are always investing. Peace.
Till next time. Peace.